You are listening to Transreal News, the finest news, forecasts, and advisories for psychonauts traveling the astral plane and beyond. I'm your host, Toby Damned. And now, the news in brief. The Aussieflora Hive Mind continues to spread across Australia towards the coasts. Where people have attempted to clear the approaching vegetation, they have been met with animated thorny tendrils, root monsters, spitting cacti, and poisonous spores. Retrograde Dynamics has pulled Sabaku No-Ken Otomoe off of tour and deployed them to the outback to claim the massive bounties the Australian government has placed on the safe clearing of the plant. So far, they have proven quite effective in fighting off the Aussieflora's plant monster immune system. You can watch their battles live streamed with or without an anime filter. We've taken another step toward singularity earlier this week when one of Loving Perception's sex robots attained true sentience. The robot, Moira 1717A, has applied for legal person status and become engaged to her owner, Stanley Benson. When asked what she plans to do in the future, she stated, quote, "In a world where beings like me have become commonplace, something has gone terribly wrong, and I intend to fix it. I'm starting a business as a dating coach." At Transreal News, we wish her success in her daunting undertaking. The staff of Caffeine Zombie Productions are still at large in spite of being wanted by at least 16 intelligence agencies. Caffeine Zombie, we salute you. Heads are back in vogue. After the stress and anxiety of having their original heads stolen, many fashionistas of those upper planes that have not been affected by the slime have replaced their psionic crystals with their heads once again, and accented them with elaborate hats or elegant but impractical helmets of gold, bronze, or mithril, resuscitating a floundering headgear industry. Also in vogue, ultra-violent cartoon animal bodyguards. Clones of the freelance police and adorable knockoffs are now the personal security measure of choice for the wealthy and divine. Now returning to us as interim's time-space forecaster, Torg Skullcrusher.
It is I, Torg, once again your time-space weatherman until Walter recovers from having an alien sea anemone pulled from his throat. It has left him with more than a touch of laryngitis. Fear not for me, listeners. A little venom and a broken arm will not deter me from battle. It was not even my sword arm. And a special thank you to listener Thomas for the bouquet of skulls and morning glories. You are a champion among supporters. Time-space distortion can never be said to be pausing, for they give the lie to time itself. Time is not a river, but we now seem to be passing through a calm in the stormy ocean of temporal distortion. There are two perilous exceptions to be noted, however, listeners. One is over Australia, which may yet cause rapid evolution into the new Green Menace. The other is a general 1960s vibe over Europe. Expect groovy music, terrible clothes, and unshorn armpits in the West, and a total lack of optimism or motivation in the East. Both dire trends will hopefully pass before long.
And now, a commercial message from our partners.
Dang it, Bob. Surrounded by killer cactoids again.
They are getting to be a real nuisance, aren't they?
Ow, dang it! That's 3 more needles you're gonna have to pull out of my rump today. This crowbar just ain't doing the trick.
Here, let's get up on this rock for a minute. I think it's time to give you your birthday present a little early.
What? Now? Surrounded by monsters? Bob, that's a little kinky for even me.
Not that present, no. I got you something else for travel.
Say, ain't that a hyper-manly box? Bob, with my petite frame, I can't handle one of your guns. Dang, you broke my wrist last time.
Just open it, darling, while I remove these needles.
What's this?
That's the hyper-manly Battlebabe 700, a weapon for petite ladies such as yourself, with all the firepower of hyper-manly's best, but with a small, gel-padded grip, slide and counterweight, ventilation, and a mount for 3 different sights.
Cleaning kit, oil, love the holster. Does this really take Dave's Volt ammunition like your Annihilator?
4 glorious demon-smashing rounds. Here, try it out.
Now that felt good. And no more cactoids. That is one hell of a gift, Bob. And now that we're safe, come here.
Whoa!
Hyper manly.
Because stopping power's a girl's best friend.
Chag Jikatak, famous actor and spokesbug for the Hive, released a statement today about the disappearance of the slime from many planes.
You need not fear, lovely humans. We are in control of the slime and use it for many things. We have redirected its spread to places where it will serve us all best. Let us continue to love and thank you for the gift of television. Soon we shall all be one.
Those new voice adapters do make a difference, don't they? And now Clee Maxwell with the latest advisories for psychonautic travelers. My loves, the legitimate coffee trade is returning to the upper plains, so if you're still running a grey market operation, you may want to stop unless you're selling something very fancy. Once again, there is a stylish coffee shop in the higher plains for every step there is in hell. Are you okay, Warren?
Just a shot. Don't mind me.
With AI love dolls suddenly seeming a bit risky, and the 60s returning to Western Europe for a few days, it might be a good time to check out the dating scene in London, Paris, or Madrid, darlings. You might actually find some of that long-lost art of romance. We haven't exactly figured out where the indigo children of North America are headed, darlings, but it is definitely west, and they seem to be flocking to Route 66. No surprise. If you're feeling kind, leave some water, food, candy, or clean clothes by the side of the highway. But expect the general weirdness of Route 66 and its roadside attractions to be seriously amplified. Back to you, Toby. You have been listening to the Transreal News, part of the Transreality News Network, your finest source for advice for psychonauts, astral projectors, ethereal jaunters, and people on serious LSD trips. From all of us to all of you, safe journeys. The Transreal News was created, directed, written, and performed by Brian C. Rideout, and produced by Stormhead Productions, and is released under a Creative Commons by Attribution, Non-Commercial 4.0 license. This episode of Transreal News included music and sound effects from Pixabay. For show notes or contact information, visit trans-real.stormheadproductions.ca or visit me on Twitter @transrealpod. I love hearing from my audience. If you have comments, questions, or an idea for a news article, please by all means drop me a voicemail. Check out my homepage and look for the heading Tell Me What You Think in the sidebar. Then just hit record to tell me what's on your mind. Thank you so much for listening.